Okay, a question we get asked every day. Phone calls coming in. Look, I'm looking for the best New Jersey criminal defense lawyer. I understand why they're asking that question. Either they've been arrested, their husband, wife, son, daughter, brother, sister, a loved one's been arrested. And the caller is very afraid. They understand the consequences that their loved one or themselves are facing. It could be multiple years in prison. So they want the absolute best New Jersey criminal defense lawyer to represent them. I get it. But the real question that you have to ask, which is the question I ask the caller, is who's the best person for you to marry? And the person's like, what? What's that got to do with anything? Well, let me ask you a second question. When you want to marry somebody, what are you looking for in that person? What type of person do you want to marry? Is that important to you? The type of person that you will be entering into a relationship with for the rest of your life? The person answers, I want a respectful, honest, loyal, courteous person. I said, that's a very good answer. My next question is, do you want an arrogant, condescending, rude, I don't have time for you type person that you want to marry? The answer every time is no. So back to the original question. Who's the best New Jersey criminal defense lawyer for you? Depends what you want in a lawyer. Do you want someone who's honest, who's hardworking, who's respectful, who's courteous, who returns your phone calls, who treats you with respect, who's patient, who listens, who cares, who's passionate about your case? Or do you want someone that's never got time for you? When they talk to you, they make you feel stupid, they're condescending, arrogant, they make facial expressions when you talk like you're from another planet. So that's really the question you should be asking. So I'm going to give you a few tips for things to look out for when you're shopping around for the best New Jersey criminal defense lawyer for you. Number one, very simple. Most attorneys offer free consultations, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. First thing you got to look at is that initial gut reaction. How does that attorney make you feel? Did they make you wait in the waiting room for 45 minutes? When they finally met you, did they come up to you and apologize for the long wait and explain that they were on a conference call, that they couldn't get off, and they're very apologetic, and they shake your hand and they look you in the eye and they bring you into the conference room and they talk to you like a human being? Are they patient with you? Do they give you time to explain your side of the story? We know there are two sides to every story. I've been doing this a long time. I've had countless cases, countless clients. What's on the police report and what my client tells me and what the evidence shows are usually two different things. So it's important for you to tell your story. Does the attorney you meet with let you tell your story? Or does he or she interrupt you, cut you off, tell you, no, that's not important, that's irrelevant, you're not answering my question? Because that's a heads up, that's a red flag. That's how it's going to be for the duration of your case. Criminal cases go on for 2, 3, 4 months, sometimes years. So if at the initial meeting, that attorney is cutting you off, dismissing you, you got to think twice about hiring that attorney. The second thing you have to really look for is when you ask your attorney questions, how does your attorney explain the answer? The law can be very complicated. The law uses what we call terms of art, sophisticated words that only lawyers use. So throughout your case, there are going to be terms, procedures, situations where you're not going to understand what are we doing here today in court. It's important that you pay attention to how your attorney explains things to you, because you have to participate in your own defense. You have to understand every step of the way what is happening and why it's happening. And the only way you can make an intelligent decision is if your attorney explains it to you in a patient, simple, and clear way. It's the same thing when you go to a doctor. You have to undergo surgery. You want to know what your options are. You want to know what the consequences are. You want to know how can it go wrong? What's the worst that could happen? What are the benefits? What are the side effects? Okay? And if your surgeon is like, don't worry about it, I know what I'm doing. Well then, how can you agree or feel comfortable letting that surgeon cut up your body? That's not an appropriate way to speak to a patient. And the same thing with an attorney. If you ask a question, my philosophy, no question is stupid. There's a Chinese proverb. I love it. I learned it as a kid and I used it my whole life. I'm going to continue to use it. If you ask a stupid question, you look like a fool for a few minutes. If you don't ask the stupid question, you'll be a fool for life. So, the way I work, there's no stupid questions. And you can ask me the same thing many times, because I needed multiple explanations for things throughout my life. So it's okay for you to ask me, well, what does that mean and what's going to happen? Can you explain it to me again? Absolutely. But if your attorney treats you like, what's wrong with you? I told you already. I don't have time for this. Do you want a husband or a wife that treats you like that? A boyfriend or a girlfriend? So you see how that question at the beginning, who's the best New Jersey criminal defense lawyer? I followed up with, well, who's the best person for you to marry? It depends what you want. What type of relationship do you want to enter into? The third thing, and this is critical, there really are no game time decisions. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, it's not, your criminal case is not a basketball game with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and you make it, you win the game, you miss it, your team loses. The law doesn't work like that, okay? Judges are fair. They give us time to make a decision. Prosecutors are also fair. They can put out a plea bargain offer, and we have time to decide. It could be 2 weeks, it could be 30 days. You will never be in a situation where you have to make a critical life decision under pressure. So what does this mean? If your attorney rushes you and tells you, we have to know right now, take it or leave it, that's a red flag, okay? Either that person really doesn't care about your case, or they haven't been communicating with you leading up to that decision. You've kind of been ignored. Well, you really need someone who's going to keep you informed and updated and give you time to make a decision. He or she will present the options and explain, if we go down this road, this is what's going to happen. If we go down that road, this is what's going to happen. You're the client. What questions do you have? So it's very important not to feel rushed. So if during the initial consultation, whether it's in person or on the phone, you feel rushed, that's a red flag. Okay, very important. Passion. Does the attorney have passion? Does he or she love what they do? Do they wake up in the morning and they just love what they do? Whether it's a carpenter, a gardener, a painter, a musician, the best people, the people who are best at their craft, okay, they do it effortlessly because they're passionate. There's an expression, do what you love, the money will follow. If you get the impression that the attorney you're speaking to is indifferent, is burnt out, has been doing this a long time, really doesn't care, isn't curious, doesn't see a challenge in this new type of case that you have, no two cases are identical. Every case that comes through the door is different. I get excited. I'm like, oh, I never had one like this before. I see that as a challenge. I get passionate. So, who's the best New Jersey criminal defense attorney for you? Somebody who's passionate, right? They have to love what they do. That means when they go to court, they're fighting for you. They're arguing for you. When they're speaking to the prosecutor, they're advocating for you. Okay? That passion has to spill over in every area of your case. Here's another tip. It's very important when you're looking for the best New Jersey criminal defense attorney to represent you, do some research. What have prior clients said? What are some of the reviews that person has online? That's a little guide. You know, if different people are saying different things in a positive way about the same person, you know, that person is pretty much going to be genuine. It's going to be real, okay? Avoid reviews that are like really superficial and basic. He did a great job. He was wonderful. He was splendid. Highly recommend. Those, in my opinion, are suspect. I don't know if someone really wrote that, but if the review is detailed and the person is explaining a little bit about the facts of their case, which takes a lot of courage to do, okay, on a public forum, you know, online. The person is putting their first name, their last name. They're admitting that they had a problem with the criminal justice system. They're explaining a little bit about what happened and what that attorney did for them and why he or she was such a good an attorney. Well, that should be something that you should pursue. You may want to call that attorney, get a consultation with the attorney, and see for yourself. Okay? Here's another one. During your initial consultation, ask the attorney, well, how often can I get in touch with you? How available are you? Do you respond to emails? Do you return phone calls? And depending on their answer, you should really consider whether or not you want to hire that attorney. Because every step of the way, there are going to be developments in your case. There's going to be new evidence comes in, a new schedule, a new court date, some legal procedural things that have to be filed with the court. If your attorney is not keeping you updated every step of the way, you're going to be scratching your head. You're going to be anxious. What's going on? You're going to start calling that attorney's office. If they're not returning your calls and you feel like a nuisance, we're going back to the original concept. It's a relationship. So ask your attorney, what's the communication process? The way we work, we have an open door policy, and it works. Nobody abuses it, you know, especially in the beginning. Clients call, what's going to happen, when's the court date, what time should I be there? They can call 2, 3, 4 times a day. They can come to the office. They can email. Nobody abuses it. We understand what you're going through. We're here to help you. So we don't get tired of it. We understand where you are, and we don't charge you for every phone call or email or visit to the office. All right, here's the last tip. And they're all important. They're all very important. This one, I just want to accent. I want to put an underline. I want to make it bold. I want to highlight it. Ask the attorney that you hire or you're thinking of hiring, will you be the attorney that goes with me to court? Will you be the attorney handling the case? Why is that important? At some firms, you will meet with the head attorney, the attorney whose name is on the website, the attorney whose name is on the building, or the front door, or whatever. You will meet You will feel comfortable. You will be impressed. You will think, I want to enter into a long-term relationship with this attorney. But the reality is that that attorney may not be the attorney that is assigned to your case. This happens a lot in the bigger firms. So you'll sign up with the law firm and you'll never see that attorney that you met on day one. You won't see that person ever again. You will be assigned to an associate, maybe a junior attorney. So that's a very important factor to consider. My marriage example. This is the person you meet. This is the person you like. This is the person you feel comfortable with. On your wedding day, somebody else shows up. Whoa, what are we doing over here? No, what are you talking about? Where is she? Where is he? You follow me? So I want to help you. The question is a good question. Who's the best New Jersey criminal defense attorney for you? Well, there's a lot of thinking that goes into that, okay? It's a relationship. If you have any questions, our phone number is at the top of the screen. Give us a call.